Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Pharmacypedia. This is Dr. Shikha Chauhan and in our lecture series, I'm going to start today for the subject pharmacovigilance. So if you have still not subscribed to my channel Pharmacypedia, please do like, share and subscribe to Pharmacypedia for getting further updates and important content related to pharmacy. My dear students, let us first try to understand what is SIOMS, what do we mean by the SIOMS working groups, and what do we mean by the SIOMS form. The topic has been taken from the subject pharmacovigilance, B Form final year, and with the subject code BP805T. So without wasting the time, let us begin the session. So in this video session, we are going to discuss about the SIOMS working group, SIOMS form. So let us first try to understand what is SIOMS. Now SIOMS is basically an international organization. This international organization basically stands for Council of International Organization of Medical Science. Again, this is a non-government organization with a non-profit organization, and it's basically being framed as a forum to consider and prepare advices on the contentious issues in research, ethics, and safety of pharmaceuticals. So there are three subjects on which basically the SIOMS work upon. This is about the bioethics, about the product development, and also about the pharmacovigilance. So this was the organization who clearly defined its objective based on pharmacovigilance. So it was founded in the year 1949 with the collaboration of WHO with the UNESCO. Now, what does basically SIOMS do? It is basically a discussion forum, it is a discussion organization, and it represents a substantial proportion of the biomedical scientific community. And through its member organization, it includes many of the biomedical disciplines, national academies of the sciences, and medical research councils. So the SIOMS main mission is to advance the public health through guidance on the health research, including ethics, medical product development, and safety. So they are basically mainly focused on the bioethics, pharmacovigilance, and safe product development. So as per SIOMS, the pharmacovigilance is basically defined as the science and the activities which are related basically for the detection, assessment, understanding and prevention of the adverse effects or any other drug related problems. So basically pharmacovigilance is concerned with your adverse events, their early detection, their evaluation, their assessment, and their understanding so that they can be prevented further. So regarding the unmarketed medicinal product, it is very well accepted definition for an adverse drug reaction in the post-marketing settings. So simply an adverse reaction is being denoted as a response to a drug which is noxious and unintended and which occurs at doses normally used in men for the prophylaxis, diagnosis or therapy of disease or for modification of the physiological functions. So this was a definition denoted by the WHO in the year 1972 for the adverse drug reaction. Talking about the history, the organization is long way back. It started in the year 1949. So it basically formed different working groups. Now these working groups were very specific and directed towards achieving the objectives. So basically the first working group was on the pharmacovigilance. So it totally gained the popularity as the working group on international reporting of the adverse drug reactions. My dear students, you can see way back in 1949 when nobody was focused. So this was the organization which actually meant to explore the means of coordinating and standardizing international adverse event reporting system. In India, we are still way back and we still don't have that much clear sort of the mechanism for adverse drug event reporting. So nowadays things have improved a lot. In India, we have these vigilance centers, adverse drug reporting centers in each and every hospital where you can report the adverse events. So its agenda was limited to post-marketing reporting. So once the product was being marketed out, so for the post-marketing reporting of adverse drug reactions which occurred in one country and which the pharmaceutical company should report to the regulatory authorities in other countries as well. So in 1977, SIOM's conference on trends and prospects in drug research and development. It recommended clearly that by offering an independent forum, SIOMs should facilitate the discussion of policy matters between the research-based pharmaceutical companies and national regulatory authorities. There should be some sort of the interaction between the companies and the regulatory authorities on the issues of the adverse event reporting system. And this indicated convened group of experts to make recommendation on specific issues. Further, the working groups devised various methods to be used by the manufacturers in the case of adverse drug reactions, and they should be standardized definitions and procedures and formats. So the report contained the SIOMS reporting form 1. My dear students, this is the form, basically the SIOMS reporting form 1, which actually provided the guidelines for having the basic information into the form in the case any adverse event has to be reported out. Now this became the basis of that form, which was introduced by the SIOMs and which was adopted by many countries in their adverse reporting pattern. So they basically focused on the generation of the data which related to the patient. So there should be clear-cut indication about the adverse event, type of the adverse event, its severity, it's details about the company names, details about the product name, details about the patient name. So everything has to be crystal clear so that it goes out in that way only. So the initial report of the working group was published in the year 1987, and the final report of the SIOMS working group 1, which focused on the international reporting of the adverse drug reaction, was published in the year 1990. So my dear students, you can understand how severe, how important is the issue of the adverse drug reporting. So this was the organization which focused on what parameters should be considered, how the form has to be decided, how the things have to be executed out in case of any adverse drug reactions, because these adverse drug reactions are associated with the morbidity and the mortality of the patient. So if they are not being taken care of, they can cause blunder. So this is again a very serious issue to be addressed to the by the pharmaceutical companies to the regulatory authorities. So further, in the year 1992, the SIOMS working group 2 formed. So you can see there are several working groups with the SIOMs, and these working groups have different agendas on which they work. I will be sharing the list further in my further slides, whereby you will be clear on what severe issues they actually work out. So this was about the history of your SIOMs. So you can see there are several pharmacovigilance topics which are having different working groups. For example, drug induced liver injury. So in case of many drugs which have bad impacts on the liver, what kind of injury do they cause? So in the year 2020, they had a working group which actually worked on the drugs which have intended liver injury cases. Then SIOMS guide to the vaccine safety communication. They provided guidelines, they provided guidance and recommendations to the pharmaceutical companies in the case of vaccine safety, so vaccine safety surveillance, and several other important topics. You can see there's a number of things that have been taken care, and the guidelines have been provided by the SIOMs in that respect. Basically, they are focused on 3 areas: bioethics and pharmacovigilance and product development. So this is the example of the way of reporting system. So you can see in case of any suspected adverse reaction, the basic information has to be put up in the form of form. So this was the form template which was being provided as guidance, and this was being adopted by several countries in their adverse event reporting systems. So there has to be clear-cut way by which the form should clearly denote the type of the adverse reaction, the severity, the drug name, the company manufacturer name, and even the name of the patient on which that adverse reaction occurred. So there are different groups in the SIOMS working group, denoted as working groups. So they basically work towards the drug safety. So you can see SIOMS first group was basically focused on the international reporting of adverse drug reactions. So they started with such an important topic. Then SIOMS 2, it was targeted for the reporting of the periodic drug safety update summaries. SIOMS 3 group was basically focused on the guidelines for preparing a company core clinical safety informations. Then SIOMS 3-4 was a collaboration included about the second edition. It included the DSA, drug safety control measures. SIOMS 4th group, benefit risk balance for marketed drugs. So they have different agendas, different groups, and they work specifically in that direction. So this is the way every country should develop a vigilance system of their own, and these vigilance systems should carry the basic information being provided as a guidance by the SIOMS group. So they have different reporting forms, and these reporting forms were set as an example to be introduced into several countries to take into account of the adverse event reporting. And there have to be a robust system to collect the data and coordinate with the company and with the regulatory authorities. So you can see that this is just an example of the SIOMS Form 1, which was being provided as a guidance. You can see suspected drug, doses, indication, therapy dates, concomitant drugs, other relevant history if associated. So this is just an example. Apart from that, there has to be clear-cut manufacturer information. Further, it also talked about the different SIOMS forms and how they were being related with the ICH guidelines. So you can see the reaction informations, further details, and like outcomes. So this was just a guidelines to the manufacturers, to the reporting systems, that whenever any sort of the adverse event reporting takes place, it has to be taken into account of these important factors. So you can say it is a great organization which focused on the drug safety, which focused on the vigilance system to be developed, because this vigilance system is when we talk about this in the year 1949 to today's date, even in today in many countries there is not a robust system. So drug safety is one of the most important thing that should be looked forward for, because it is directly associated with the morbidity and the mortality, and it is an area which should be looked further forward for. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do like, share and subscribe to Pharmacy PDF for getting further updates and important content related to pharmacy. Thank you so much everyone.